Hey, my little math rock stars. So, I'm about to show you a little ditty that reminds me of one of my favorite math lessons.
Cause I'm TNT, I'm dynamite. TNT, and I win that fight. TNT, I'm a power load. TNT, watch me explode.
Does that little tune make anyone else think of place value? Well, I have a good way to help us remember one of my favorite topics, which is breaking it down to the thousandths. So the first thing I kind of think is about our place value system. Whenever you're in place value, every location has a way to say it. Naturally, whenever you've been learning place value growing up, you learn that this is the ones place, the tens place, the hundreds place, the thousands place. Well, on the other side of whole numbers, we have this guy named Deci. Deci's pretty important, especially in this lesson. After Deci, you have a placeholder called the tenths. A placeholder behind that, the hundredths, and then we go all the way down to the thousandths. Notice the way I kind of remember is THC, kind of like that song you just heard. So repeat with me. THC, we're dynamite, THC. Place value rocks. Yeah. Anyhow, one thing I do want you to know is every place value location is 10 times smaller than that place value to the left of it. Now, we will get more to that later, but I want to ensure that you know how to read all the way down to the thousandths. So, before we get to reading numbers, I'm going to read you a little poem. Not only am I a rocker, I'm a poet, and you didn't even know it. Here's our place value poem. Reading decimals is easy, you'll see. They have two names, like you and me. First you say the name, as if there were no dot. Then you say the name of the last place value spot. Huh, genius. Okay, so let's practice. That number right here, 283. Okay? You just said the name as if there were no dot, 283. Then you say the name of the last place value spot. Well, looking at my place value spot, tenths, hundredths, thousandths, or THC, it helps me remember, hey, I ended in the thousandths place. So I will say 283 thousandths. Cool. This place value reading is fun. So let's try this number, 57. I'm reading the name as if there were no dot, 57. Now, we're going to say the name of the last place value spot. It's not the tenths because that would be 5/10, but it ends over here in the second location to the right of the decimal, which is the hundredths. So we say 57 hundredths with the TH. That's about 4th grade material, so let's go on to some 5th grade stuff. I have this number in front of the decimal. I always say it first, 34. This decimal has a special way of talking. But right now, before we tell you about what that decimal says, I want you to tell me 283. Sometimes I get scholars who say 283 tenths. And that always reminds me of just sticking all those digits right there in that one spot. That would be like you asking to go to the restroom and more than one person is in the stall. The digits have to be where there's only one digit in each place value location. So you have to share that wealth. The 2 goes in the tenths, the 8 goes in the hundredths, and the 3 goes in the thousandths. It shouldn't look like this. Okay? So, in all honesty, this would say 34 and 283 thousandths because we ended in the thousandths location. Okay. Now let's go talk about what Deci says. Whenever you run into Deci, you always need to say and. So let's say this number, 3,641 and 2. 2 what? 2 tenths. It ended in the tenths location. Moving forward. I sometimes have scholars who, if they just have one digit behind that decimal all the way down to the thousandths, sometimes they'll say 56 and 3 tenths. But what spot was that? TH thee. I know that that should say 56 and 3 tenths if it's right here in the tenths. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. Moving forward, 265 and 321. Which place did we end in? TH the thousandths. 265 and 321 thousandths. Let's try that one more time. We're pretty much experts now, right? 76 and 459 thousandths. I am going to challenge you, if you can, to write down these 4 numbers in word form. Please do not forget your TH thee. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths. It takes a little bit of getting used to, but you're gonna rock it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Bye, guys.